Hi, wait, is this thing on? Oh, it is. Okay. Well, I spent this past semester in Barcelona, Spain. On my flight over, I honestly thought I wouldn't have much of a challenge. I would just arrive and that would be that. I mean, how much more different than America can it be, right? They have McDonald's. Well, I couldn't be more wrong.
La próxima estación.
The program offered a lot to the students, We learned not only about Barcelona, we learned about other cultures as well. We were given opportunities to travel and learn about the culture, including, the arts, the sports, the science even. Besides, going to class, which really wasn't in the classroom, we got to travel, on our own time as well as on class time. The first and one of the most memorable experiences was when a group of us decided to go to Prague for the weekend. About 2 weeks later, our teacher, Katrin, took us on a class trip to Madrid and Toledo. Madrid, being the capital of Spain, has a lot of interesting things to offer. It has a lot more car traffic than I would say Barcelona does. And we got to see, converted buildings, some residential buildings that should have worked ideally, but in reality they failed. So I learned a lot there. Then after that, 2 weeks later, my roommate and I decided to go to Switzerland for skiing, and that was awesome. Not gonna lie, I mean, what else could it be? No, I didn't ride a helicopter. And then again, 2 weeks later, after going to Switzerland, our class went to Germany for a week, which was the equivalent of architecture boot camp. It was pretty rough, but got to see many cities, including Berlin, Dessau, where the Bauhaus was, which is fundamentally important to the history of architecture. And we went to Hamburg, which I absolutely adored because port cities, for some reason, they're so interesting. And people there do very interesting things, like kayak through construction zone. The best part, though, must have been the currywurst. If you ever get a chance, the currywurst is the best. Well, then 2 weeks later, the first weekend in April, two other girls and I decided to venture off to Venice by ourselves, and that is the most interesting city that I've been to. It's like a Disney World for adults. I mean, you travel around in boats, and then there's all these problems with flooding that we learned about, And after all this traveling, we had the crunch of working on our studio projects and writing all of these papers. We had one last week for our independent studies, and that's where you get to choose wherever you want to go, and it's required. It's required to travel. So I decided, along with some other girls, we decided to go to Dublin, Ireland. Spent 5 days traveling the Irish countryside. Yeah, there was a lot of sheep. There were a lot of rocky cliffs. Traveled to Northern Ireland in order to see Giant's Causeway, which is a natural rock formation in the shape of hexagons that are stacked. Well, let's see. I definitely learned to pack light. I learned a lot about myself, my wants, and that being in a place that is far different from your own home helps you realize certain things that you took for granted. It also helps you realize certain things that you want changed. it's an eye-opening experience studying abroad. If I had another 4 months to go back, I would take it up in a heartbeat. Yeah.